everyone. So I thought I'd review the Stages Powermeter. So I've actually got one on my bike. I've had one on my bike for around a year now, actually. Yeah, around a year. I've had maybe one problem with it, and that problem was just simply the battery prongs. So it was more of a mechanical, physical problem than an internal problem. So the mechanical problem prongs had sort of gone in, and they need to be touched out so they can make contact with the battery. But as soon as I, manually got I think I got a knife or something, and I've actually got a video to that as well. I got a knife or something and pushed the prongs back in. So yeah, the prongs are fine. And ever since then, the Powermeter is always recorded well. It comes up instantly. It comes up on the phone. It just boom. It's just there. The power, I think it gives, I would say, an accurate reading. I had a power tap before, and obviously I've got this now. So it definitely gives a good reading. It's fast. It's responsive. It doesn't seem to be affected by weather. I have actually had to have the new battery cover installed, so I've installed that. The old one was faulty and it was ripped off a little bit, so I don't think it was very good. So I did actually bandage that round with some tape to hold it on. But apart from that, as soon as I've had the new cover, it goes on fine, stays on. I've had no problems with anything like that. So yeah, I mean, obviously you bring your Garmin, you connect it to your Garmin or even your phone, because it's both Bluetooth and ANT+. It comes up instantly, as soon as I get on my bike, push the pedal, boom, it responds 0 watts, and then obviously as I move along, it goes higher watts. It's really good like that. It's I would say having the Stages from someone without having a Powermeter before, it's definitely changed the game for me. I can train in zones now. I can obviously train accordingly. I can see what kind of power I'm doing. I can keep up with people. I can pace myself. If someone shoots off, I can say, oh, they're going 500 watts. They're not going to be they're not going to be keeping that up for long, so I'll just maintain my watts or whatever, if I was in a sort of bit of a racy position. There's been other times where, I've been riding with a friend and maybe the friend hasn't got a Powermeter, well, they haven't, and they've shot off, and I've looked at my watts, I'm doing 250 watts, they've shot off at 500, roughly 500, they'll be back, I thought. There's also times when, I've been on a rest day, and I've just been keeping it under a certain amount of watts. Maybe I've said, it's a rest day, let's keep it under 150 or whatever. And then there's other times when I've done a long ride, maybe 230k or something like that. So I've sort of looked at the watts and kept it around 150. Didn't want to go too high and fatigue too quickly. And yeah, I mean, I would say the Powermeter has definitely helped with me training for weight loss. I've kept it, in zone 2 as much as I could for weight loss. I've lost a shit ton of weight. I've lost over 50 kilograms now, basically training with a Powermeter in zone 2. So I've kept it in zone 2, trained with the Powermeter, etc. So at the end of the day, it's a very good tool for weight loss, good tool for fitness. It just changes the game on the bike, I couldn't imagine life without a Powermeter now. And I would definitely, if someone said to me, here's the bike that you've got now, sort of $1,000 bike and $500 Powermeter, or here's a $10,000 bike, no Powermeter, I would take the $1,000 bike and $500 Powermeter any day, because what's the point in having a $10,000 bike that's just marginally lighter or whatever, without training capabilities on it? So the way I see it is the Powermeter has changed the game for me. I can train myself. I don't need to pay a coach. I don't need to pay someone to train me. I can train myself. I can train well. I can train smart. So definitely recommend the Stages. I've had the power tap as well. I think it's better than the power tap. I had, the power tap's obviously a whole wheel as well, the hub. So that brings problems to it, whereas the crank you can obviously switch out on, you get a new bike, you can switch it out, whatever. So yeah, I definitely recommend the Stages Powermeter. It's very good. It's I would say it's becoming more and more affordable now as well. So yeah, thumbs up for the Stages Powermeter.